Hi, my name is Pet Louisa, NW student, second year studying business analytics. And my Instagram handle is petlouisa_Mary_handy.
Hi, I'm Nil. My Instagram is Zentacity with the X in the, just the first letter, yes, Zentacity. And yeah.
I'm Andisa. My IG handle is Andisa, but the A's at the end are fours. For a living, I'm just living, to be honest. Just living in my own peace. Yeah.
Do you find it easy to make friends in South Africa?
I don't. Yeah, really. It has not been easy for me because I hold friendship to a very high value. I don't just call anyone my friend. For me to be friends with someone, like to acknowledge you as a friend, we have to have a certain level of connection. And I've had a few acquaintances, but before we get to that level of friendship, right, something always blocks it, and it's the language. Yeah, because I think English is most South Africans' second language, right? Yeah. So, you know, when you're speaking your second language with someone, you are more formal. I understand. They don't really go like to a certain level of intimacy with me. It stays on a shallow level. So that's why I feel like I've not had a connection with South Africans yet, to the point where I can say you're my friend, you're my person. Yeah, but I have no problem with them. I have so many acquaintances. We vibe when we meet, but there's no friendship, you get. So it has been hard for me. Yeah. Have you ever used the word Macquarie?
No, I have not. No, I have not. And funny enough, I don't even know what it means, but I know you should not say it. But then many people I know have said it, like my friends have said it, definitely. Not her. But I don't really know what it means, but I just know that don't say that.
Why is skin bleaching a big thing in West Africa?
Okay. From what I know, growing up, there was this beauty standard that was made in our country where the men valued the light-skinned women more than the dark-skinned women. And yeah, so that's where it came from. It was just like trying to be seen, trying to be beautiful, to fit the beauty standard that was made by the men. And let me not blame the men too much too, because they probably saw, light-skinned people look beautiful. They're easily noticed. Their beauty is like more promiscuous. So I won't blame them completely, but we weren't taught to accept our dark skin too, and that it's also beautiful, you know. Yeah, I think that's where it came from. The unrealistic beauty standards that were set.
We just wanted to stop you guys just right there from your watching for a second, just to ask you, please subscribe. Please subscribe.
Do you think foreigners have been accepted into the South African community?
I don't think so. I think we have more of an aggressive attitude when it comes to foreigners. I think it comes from a very ego-driven place within us to, like, example, xenophobia and stuff like that, where the only thing we can think of when it comes to foreigners is you're bringing bad fortune. I think we haven't yet seen what else they can bring. We haven't yet accepted that these are also human beings, apart from the general idea that this is my land, this is my culture, in my land, this is and that. Apart from that, this earth as a whole is a home, and I feel like now we've been so, we've been so brainwashed to believe that okay, we need to own something. We need to own an area. And once I own it, you have to be like this in order to be accepted by me. But they can't just be like, oh, there's a foreigner. This is something new. This is something we can learn from. Instead, it's like, if you're going to come here with something different, we're going to reject it because it doesn't feel safe to us. I feel like...
So you're saying, yeah, you guys are stereotypic.
Yes, very. I could say that, yes. Even to each other, actually, yeah.
And do you think you guys are more xenophobic to African foreigners than white European foreigners? Do you think?
Yes.
And why?
I think because, like, in terms of like the past, our past as human beings, as in terms of race, we black people actually have been conditioned to believe that yes, there is a superior race, the white people, whatever, and they're most likely to believe that the white people bring good fortune. They're coming to save us. They're coming to, they're here to help us because we become so dependent and reliant on their skills. Whereas with other people, it's like war. It's almost like with the same people, Africans that come in, we're at war trying to fight for the white man's standard. It almost feels like that. We can't like accept each other and work together, and instead we're just fighting each other to get the money that the white man can give. That's how it feels. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
Have you ever had issue with police or immigration officers before, and how was it?
I've had a little encounter on the road, but it was just like on the road, like they stopped us to ask for documents. I don't know if that's even allowed, but yeah, they stopped to ask for a driver's license and all of that. And the person driving didn't have his driver's license. Name 10 African countries in 30 seconds.
Let's go. Nigeria, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, Kenya, Botswana, Lesotho. Oh no, Chad.
That's so good.
What is dating in South Africa like? Smiles in past relationship.
Okay. Dating in South Africa. I haven't dated a South African yet.
Yeah.
But I have been on dates. I've been on dates. Are white South Africans more privileged than black South Africans?
Yes. Full stop. But I feel like it's like that everywhere. Not just in South Africa, but yes, in South Africa, I do think that white South Africans are more privileged, like, due to our history. I think we're actually talking about this, that we're still, in terms of history, like, we're so fixated on apartheid and stuff like that. The whole idea of, like, colonization, whatever, superior race, whatever. So I feel like because we lived in that time and because that's still being preached, they say that, we teach history so that it doesn't repeat itself, but then, like, you just keep bringing it back and bringing it back, and I think it allows for that to happen, that yes, white South Africans are still more privileged than black South Africans, so yes.
I think what also adds to the privilege is the fact that, white people were able to oppress the majority. The minority was able to take over the majority. So clearly they have more control, they have more focus, they have a better vision than the majority. So let's put them at a higher place to guide us, to lead us. Because, in today's society, the white man is the leader, we're just the followers.
I feel like, from my experience, South African men are less mature.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like they're less mature than West African men.
Yes.
Yeah, especially like our age group. So that I personally think that as a West African or as a woman, if I want to date in South Africa, I'll probably date like people in their 30s. Because I feel like I reason on that level already for South African men. You get, yeah. Do you think foreigners come with negative things only, e.g. drugs, etc.?
No, but I think in the world we live in the society that we live in right now, that's kind of the image that most foreigners have. That's the perspective us as South Africans think you bring to us as a nation. But I don't think, at the end of the day, anyone can bring negativity, anyone can bring drugs. It's just what people associate certain races and cultures with. So I don't think you bring negativity only. If anything, you bring like more diversity, you bring more positivity. But at the end of the day, it's the perspective that society has built around the term foreigners.
Can Africans and South Africans coexist peacefully?
So guys, this is the point where I've gotten to, where I've enjoyed the video, understood the perspective of these individuals, and I really want you guys to also do the same thing. The video was getting longer than I wanted, so I decided to cut this into 2. Not to keep you guys coming back, but for you guys to watch and understand what you have just listened to, the perspective and the opinions. Guys, my name is Temi Tokwe. Don't forget to subscribe and like. See you guys soon.